G'day, welcome to I Cultivate. My name's Steve. A couple of years ago we put together this particular garden here as an option for a low maintenance garden. Now we're back again now a couple of years later, and let's have a look at how that's gone. If you have a look at that old video, and I'll put a link in the video right now for you to click on if you want to go back and have a look at that. But if you remember, what we did was we added in underneath this mulch some weed matting, and you can see up here that weed matting as well in a couple of places. And apart from that, really what we've done is we've just simply put in the mulch on top of the weed matting, and then a range of species that require minimal maintenance. Now this is a couple of years later, and apart from having the occasional plucking out of the odd weed that might have come through, apart from that, this garden bed has had zero maintenance for 2 years. So clearly after a couple of years, it does need a little bit of maintenance. This rosemary is in need of a good prune, and some of the lavender that you can see at the ends is also in need of a bit of TLC. But generally speaking, given that it has been 2 years, I'm fairly happy with the way in which this has gone. So I've been through this garden bed now, I've plucked out the odd weed that's been popping up, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of this fresh forest mulch and I'm going to just place it over the areas where it has become a bit thin. Getting this covered with this new mulch should enable us to have this low maintenance garden continue in a low maintenance mode for some time to come. So let's get this mulch over this area. This is another area that we also did at the same time, and you can see that particularly with these conifer species, that with what we've got is a garden that is very low maintenance. Now we did lose a plant here and we've had to replace that one, but this particular space is in almost permanent shade and it remains quite moist, the soil. So this is something which might not be ideal for these plants. So let's have a look at what's happened with a couple of the others over here. This is yet another area that we did a couple of years ago. Remember, no maintenance for 2 years. You can see that with these couple of conifers here that we've got a problem. Now, I suspect the problem is either something called twig blight or perhaps just dieback. And in both instances, that is treated usually by a fungicide of some sort. The reason, I have a feeling that it might be because of the fact that this is in permanent shade. So it's quite moist and in permanent shade. And I suspect that that might be a contributor to why these are suffering this. But what we're going to do is we're going to remove the areas that have been affected, and then I'm going to treat them with a mixture of baking soda and water. Approximately 1 teaspoon of baking soda mixed in 1 litre of water, and after the affected areas have been removed, we'll give them a good spray, a good soak, and we'll do this once a week for the next month or so, and we will see how they go. I don't want to pull them out yet. Some people would suggest that given that these have been affected, you really do need to get rid of them and replace them with something that is more resilient in an area like this, but let's just give them a go first. So with those affected leaves now removed, remember you do need to remove them because there is zero chance that they will recover. With those leaves removed, we're now going to give it a good spray. And then we will repeat that in about 7 days' time, and probably need to do this for a month or so, and we'll see how they go. I'm hoping that we'll be able to save these plants, and I'm hoping that we don't need to replace them, but anyway, we're going to give them the best chance that we can possibly do. So there we have it, a little bit of maintenance done on our low maintenance garden, and everything is looking great. So remember, this garden had not really been attended to for 2 years. So with the right preparation, in order to suppress weeds and the planting of the right type of plants, you can have a low maintenance garden that really does require minimal maintenance. So I hope you've really enjoyed this video. Can I ask you please to go down to the thumbs up and give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and go to our website icultivate.net and become a member of the community. Thanks for watching.